Hello, my name is Christopher Appel. I'm a senior biology major at Santa Clara University, and for my final honors project, I created a website called COVID-19Aid. I wanted to produce a website highlighting how COVID-19 has specifically affected racial minorities, as well as providing information regarding both psychological and physiological comorbidities of the virus. I wanted to make a website as I believe it has the potential to have a more impactful and lasting effect in our modern society and may allow individuals to better understand how both physiological and psychological health can affect symptoms of the virus. So this website is split into three main sections. The first of which is COVID-19 support services. And this includes information on different national hotlines for individuals struggling as a result of the virus and the constraints imposed by it. And this section also includes a short portion on mutual aid organizations, what they are, and for individuals in communities and from communities without mutual aid organizations in their general area. I included a link at the bottom on how to start mutual aid networks. This section also includes the psychological impacts of COVID-19 and information and statistics regarding how it is normal to sort of feel anxious during these turbulent times, as well as information about stress, its biological bases, and how to better cope and deal with it using methods such as exercise and meditation, which is why I included this video link here to a video about meditation. And finally, the section contains information about the history of vaccines and why vaccines have been able to be produced with such speed during COVID-19 in an attempt to basically dispel vaccine hesitancy, as well as some more basic information about the different vaccines that are offered within the United States at the moment, specifically the Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna vaccines. And basically what is contained within them and what their efficacy rates are, as well as a sort of like basic explanation of what that actually means as a number. And so the second main section is the biology of or behind COVID-19, including a brief history and timeline of the pandemic that I created myself, and some more information about its morphology and mechanisms of infection. And this portion sort of finishes off with a graphic from the Johns Hopkins COVID website showing the daily case count in the United States, which also is interactive, which is pretty cool in my mind. The section also includes a brief page on the symptoms of COVID-19 and basically just a sort of overview of what the main symptoms experienced are. And another page on the conditions linked to increased risk of illness from COVID-19, as well as some easy ways for individuals who are at risk to improve their health, including dietary information and also how to continue physical activity during the pandemic. As you know, unhealthy diet and lack of physical activity are both leading global risks to health. And so the final portion of this section focuses on the recent research into the links between vitamin D deficiency and increased risk of severe COVID-19 infection, as well as some more information on how you can get tested for vitamin D deficiency, both in a medical or clinical setting and within the comfort of your own home. And so the final section focuses on the social risk factors associated with COVID-19 from a public health standpoint. Specifically focusing on geographical and socioeconomic risk for COVID-19, as well as a small section on how to prevent the spreading of the virus. And so this section further includes a portion on the disproportionate effects COVID-19 has had on ethnic and racial minority communities within the United States. Something that's pretty important to me as a member of the African American community, so I wanted to be sure to include it. As well as some information on the sort of incarcerated populations in the US, ultimately sort of highlighting the need for abolition of our current prison infrastructure. But yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.